Hello and welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'm participating in the 31 Days of Tarot. It is a video blog sprint that is hosted by a fellow YouTube mentor and reader named Ethony. And what it is there's a list of 31 questions, one question for every day throughout the month of January that pertains to tarot and oracle. And what it is you post a brief video every day answering the question, and it's just a nice way for tarot and oracle readers to talk about their craft, also to connect over tarot and to talk about what it is that makes the throwing of cards so special to us. Now today is day 11, which is a very powerful number. I feel like 11 is just very divine. It talks about twin flames and mirrors and reflections of energy. And so today's question is actually a very good one for today's number, which is the question for today is, which is your favorite High Priestess card and why? And as here on my channel, I host every Tuesday I have a post of what I call How to Tarot. And I do exactly that. I actually analyze the symbols and cards. So I do have a How to Tarot on the High Priestess. She's the card number 2. She's the third card, but card number 2 of the major arcana of the traditional tarot. And that is posted here under the category of How to Tarot if you want to check out that video. So I just thought that was a very special question to ask, and I was very excited to answer it. So to answer the question is that my favorite High Priestess, and actually I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because this card actually did not, in my How to Tarot series, I pick 3 different tarot decks, and I choose what I deem as the best representation of the card. And this deck actually did not make it into the How to Tarot. But when I got asked this question, when I saw the question in the list for the How to Tarot, the 31 Days of Tarot, I just knew in the center of my chest that this was the right answer. And what it is this is called the Zillich Tarot. It's a watercolor deck by a German artist. And what it is this is my favorite High Priestess. And as you can see, it is a beautiful watercolor image. There's kind of like a yin and yang kind of swirl. Kind of looks like an S, which of course, I'm all about that. And there's kind of a light area and a dark area. And in the center, she almost looks kind of nun-like. And again, if you watch the How to Tarot, the beauty of it is that the High Priestess is the first feminine looking card depiction in the major arcana, and she's sitting on what looks like a marble kind of throne, but really she looks like a Vestal Virgin. And in this card, in the Zillich Tarot, the reason that I picked it and the reason that it's one of my favorites, I really just resonate, is the way that you look at her, she looks almost nun-like. And again, the image of kind of a Vestal Virgin or someone who is true to their beliefs. And in this depiction, she has a cross in the center, which again contributes to a very kind of biblical kind of sense. But the reason that I like it so much is not because it relates to religion, but in the if you watched the post the other day, I think it was day 9, that talked about what books you read in 2019, I talked about a Celtic cross. And in that video, there's a card in Lenormand, which is the cross, and it means divine intervention. It means being on a journey, and it means being on one of those journeys that really tests your faith. And one thing about the High Priestess is that she means a lot of things. The High Priestess, and again, if you want to watch the How to Tarot, I really go over it in that video. But the High Priestess she talks about non-action. She is the keeper between the veil of the known and the unknown. She sees the physical world, and then she, on an instinctive level, perceives the unconscious. And in a sense, I really feel like that's what we do when we practice tarot. We sense that, we sense the meaning of what is not spoken. And when you kind of look at that, and by very definition, it does talk a little bit about shadow self, but it also talks about what is unknown, what is hidden. It's about non-action. It's about sitting back and kind of seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a spiritual lens, knowing that you do not have to take action if action is not needed. It's also about feeling. I really just feel like the High Priestess is about feeling, and I feel like this card really depicts that. Her face is so tranquil, it's peaceful, it's knowing. And again, that is also another keyword with it, it's mysterious. But one thing that I kind of regret looking back, with every How to Tarot video, I always look back and go, oh, why didn't I talk about this? This is an important keyword. But one thing that I didn't talk about too much in that High Priestess reading was, it's a lot about, the High Priestess is a lot about developing things that are very deep inside of you. It's like being open to your own potential. And that's not always easy. Again, when you look back at the cross, the Lenormand definition of a cross, this Celtic version of the cross, it's almost like the trials of Job sometimes. You really feel tested. You feel like, okay, am I on the right path? Am I understanding the higher meaning of this road that I'm on? And that's what I see when I look at this card. I just think this is my favorite. This is my favorite High Priestess. But this deck is actually going to come up again. The name and the author is in the description box below. What you see here is a handmade bag. This is one of my earlier versions. It's before I had a sewing machine, so it's a little bit rough, but I absolutely love it. It kind of ties clothes, and it's a very, it's funny, I still am very ignorant about material. I just go with what I think is pretty. And the funny thing is that this is a very thick material, and it's the same material that I use. I call this a rock rug. I make these are called a rock rug. But I just kind of put my rocks on it. But it's a very thick material, and when you put padding under it, it's just so soft. And I just like the waves of it. And you can tell I love touching it, right? Sorry, it's been a long week and I'm just like, ooh, soft. But not to get off on a tangent, but this deck will be showing up again. We have quite a few more. We have more videos coming up in the next couple days. We're going to be talking about the top decks of the decade, from 2010 to 2019. So that's coming up very soon. But if you'd like to go ahead and join me tomorrow, we're going to be talking about what divination tool do you use most outside of tarot. And oh gosh, you guys, if you follow my channel, you could probably guess what that is. But if you'd like to find out, we're going to be talking, we're going to be getting the skinny on different types of divination tomorrow. And in particular, the different types of divination that I use. So please tune in to check that out. If you'd like to be notified when my video comes up, please feel free. I would be honored if you would like, comment, or subscribe. I'm so grateful. I actually just hit the 22 mark for subscribers, and I am so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for supporting my channel. And just real quickly in some closing, I apologize. I'm very careful. I like to make sure that all of my videos are of very high, both visual quality and sound quality. I'm kind of a stickler for sound quality. I know that sounds silly, but I don't like it when volume is too low or the volume keeps going in and out. And unfortunately, the video the other day, when I was talking about the books that I read in 2019, no, I'm sorry, it was the video yesterday. But there was one video where the volume kept going in and out, and I apologize. What it was is that I had come from work and I was wearing one of those shirts that is extremely comfortable. I didn't want to change into sweatpants, and believe it or not, it's like one of my fancy work shirts. And the microphone that I use has this weird kind of clippy thing on it, and the teeth of the clippy thing is very sharp. And believe it or not, I was doing that really snobby thing where I was so afraid of snagging the knit on the shirt I was wearing. So it ended up that I clipped the microphone onto something that was kind of moving around. So I apologize that I subjected you to a bad sound quality thing. I was literally, if I had snagged that shirt, I would ugly cry, like reality television ugly cry. So I appreciate your patience with that. All of my videos moving forward, I'm gonna try to be better and make sure that everything you can see, you know, and I'm gonna work on lighting and other things. But I sincerely hope you can join me tomorrow, and I thank you for watching my video today, and I'll see you then. Bye.